ARDS in dengue fever. Usually in dengue fever, we are encounter the pulmonary complications are most common are like mild pleural effusion and pneumonitis. So dengue fever, there is a widespread systemic response to the acute inflammation. This widespread systemic response to the acute inflammation will lead to the increased capillary permeability, and this increased capillary permeability will lead to the acute hypoxemic respiratory failure. And dengue ARDS management is similar to ARDS to any other etiologies. We have to be cautious with the prophylactic antibiotic for the nosocomial infection. Thrombocytopenia in a dengue fever. Thrombocytopenia is defined as a rapid decline in platelet count or a platelet count less than 150,000 per microliter of blood. In a dengue fever, platelet starts decreasing after day 3 of illness and it will reach normal level on day 8 or 9. There are some mechanisms for thrombocytopenia in dengue fever. Like in early phase of disease, there will be a bone marrow suppression. There will be a increased peripheral destruction of the platelet in form of antiplatelet antibody or a direct platelet infection by the dengue virus. There might be an increased platelet consumption in form of there will be a activation of the both coagulation pathway and fibrinolytic pathway. They will lead to the increased platelet consumption, or there is a direct platelet dysfunction by the dengue virus. One more is there is a platelet sequestration in the peripheral organs. So persistent thrombocytopenia after dengue fever is a rare entity, and it is reported only few cases. And in most of the previous cases, if there is no any comorbidity like sepsis or any other secondary cause, it is usually respond to the intravenous methylprednisolone or oral prednisolone. And steroid act by inhibiting the Fc receptor mediated platelet phagocytosis, and it will reduce the antiplatelet antibody synthesis. So in our case, there was no response was seen after 3 days of the pulse intravenous methylprednisolone. So we have think of a IVIG. So, and the response was immediate, and platelet count was increased to 85,000 per microliter after IVIG administration. IVIG is an immunomodulator. It has been used in a autoimmune condition like immune thrombocytopenic purpura regularly. So take home message from our case. Take home messages are thrombocytopenia following the dengue fever is a very well known, but it is usually transient. It usually comes to normal after 8 to 9 days. Persistent thrombocytopenia after dengue is a very rare and usually respond to steroid therapy provided there is no any secondary causes like sepsis or any other cause. Our patient did not show any response to steroid and it recovered after starting IVIG. So better response to IVIG in this case confirms that the pathogenesis of thrombocytopenia in dengue is predominantly immunological.
Yeah, thank you, Mayur. So few comments from my side. We as clinicians generally we've been seeing dengue epidemic in every city in India, and the major problem which we see is the transition from the febrile phase to the critical phase, and that is when the leak starts. And at that time, because patient is afebrile, we tend to sometimes overlook the leak which is happening in one of the internal organs. So that is one more take-home message: ki whenever the patient is going into leaky capillary phase, the critical phase, the clinician should be very much alerted, and at that time we should really follow reduction of IV fluids, because that is the time when probably the fluid is leaking. And if it is leaking, colloids might help. Again, it's not very much proven in RCTs, but that is the time where organ dysfunction also can cause havoc. And we have seen a lot of patients nowadays going into another variant called dengue-induced HLH,